3, 2. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are now tuning in to episode 41 of the Off the Menu podcast. I am your friend, your host, Key, here with my brothers, my co-host, Moose.
What up?
And Tay.
Hello, everyone.
And a special guest, a very special guest. I am happy to introduce to you Isis, also known as SLC Retrospect, entrepreneur, event coordinator, stylist, go-getter, big stepper, going crazy.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, okay. No gunshots yet. I took my headphones off.
Not yet.
I gotta prepare myself.
Hold on. As always, before I forget, we got IT technical support in the back. Sifu Yin going crazy.
Damn. Always with that.
Going crazy. And we got Big Ferrari Smoke in the back over here too.
Yes, sir.
What up, baby? Going
Nice to
crazy.
see you again.
Yep.
Off the Menu podcast, episode 41. Thank you, SLC Retrospect, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a long time coming, though. You've been supporting us from pretty much when we started, though.
Yep.
We've been seeing you comment, like our stuff. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
For real, thank you.
Of course,
Going
I love what
crazy.
you're doing.
That's amazing, dude. I always love hearing that. It's surprising every time.
Yeah, it is true because like when we go out in public now, like we went to a birthday yesterday, and Amy's best friend's little cousin was like, "I love the podcast. I'm subscribed on He has 4 different YouTube channels."
Oh,
And I was like,
Shout
wow.
out to you,
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Tevin.
Support.
Shout out to Tevin one time.
You guys
Going
can see our
crazy.
subscriber count. Just he's 4 of them. Hell yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into this. We'll start off with the simple question.
Yep.
Who are you and what do you do?
I go by Retro. I am, like you said, an entrepreneur. I run a little collective. We're called Hard as Nails. We host bi-monthly all-femme events. I also host little vintage markets here and there. I'm a stylist, a upcycler, reseller, all that.
Going
Just
crazy.
here for the community.
You do a lot.
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Yeah. You're really active, though, from just watching what you're doing. And you guys do it bi-monthly?
Yes, so this is a brand new thing. This is our second one we're doing, but
Okay.
we will be doing it bi-monthly in hopes
Sick.
to get to some surrounding states, book other artists in other areas.
Are you trying to go on tour?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's tight. Pop-up
Taking around the
tours?
country.
yes.
That's sick.
Yeah, let us join you. I want to go.
Please.
So this is going to be the
That's
second
nice.
one that's coming up here this week.
At
So-
the Urban Arts Gallery.
There you
Hell
guys
yeah.
hear it. November 25th, 4 to 10 p.m. Please be there. We'll be there. Support. And just come out and just hang out with the community.
Going crazy.
And I was looking at all the lists, like when we were doing our research, I was like, holy shit, she does like, there's like this and this and this. So you have like a list of things. How do you stay like organized with all that?
I don't. It is all over the place, but I feel like throughout the years, I've created a system that works for me at the least. So like today, I even was like a little stressed. It's 5 days before the show. I should have had 40 flyers out today, and I didn't. So I went to the Office Max, got my flyers printed. I do have to pick them up tomorrow and push them out.
Oh my God.
in
We've
the
been
morning,
through that
but
too.
yeah.
It's a grind.
Yeah, for real.
It's a super grind.
I feel like it's always different, especially I do a lot of different types of events. I don't really stick to like just vintage markets or just rap shows or just indie shows. I'm trying to like stay tapped into every community that I support. So it's always a little different.
You are pretty tapped into. We see you everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah.
going
I
crazy.
be outside.
You do be outside.
You even came to our last event too, and you bought my Ryuk.
Yes,
Pop. I was like,
I
hell
still
yeah.
have that.
You know, it's funny. I was like, I had them all just because I was like, I don't have any room for them anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just like getting rid of them. You were the first person to buy. a
Really?
pop.
That shit was only $5. I wanted
Yeah,
to buy
bro.
so many.
I was just like, get them out.
That's my problem though. Is I collect vintage clothes and just like like local grails, but I also collect like Monster High dolls and pop figurines. So I need to chill a little on that so I have more room for t-shirts.
We know how it is though, because we collect everything.
Yeah, we
For
get it.
real.
my whole window is. I have 2 windows downstairs that are filled with just pops.
Yeah.
I have a table under all pops, and then I don't just collect that. I collect. I used to collect Kid Robot stuff.
They collect everything.
Everything now,
Oh,
like
everything.
clothes, just whatever is out there, and I have an eye for it. I like it, and I'll buy it.
Yeah.
As
So
you
get
should.
it.
And with the with your vintage selling, I was looking at just like what you guys had in your online. You guys have really eclectic like collection of like products. How, if you don't mind me asking, how do you like source all that? Like you just find them from here and there. Like how do you go about that?
Yeah, no, I just go to like 6 thrift stores in a day and hope for the best. I do have, so it's myself and another collective member named Hallie, Wicked Vintage, who sells vintage too. I feel like she aims more towards the Y2K, sort of like late 90s stuff. And I'm kind of like, my first job was at Savers, so I've always had an appreciation for older clothes. So I'll go anywhere from like flapper dresses, the 20s, all the way up to 70s here, and like streetwear here and there.
Wow, so variety then.
Yeah.
Do you have any notable like purchases that you had from your Savers days?
Some grails.
Because I go in every so often. I used to, but I haven't in years.
Recently, I feel like my current grail right now is like a 1998 Poison tour t-shirt.
Oh shit.
Which was crazy to find on the rack at Savers nowadays. It's very picked through. But there was a Mac Tools jacket. It's like the all over kind of sunset color racetrack around along the sleeves, the back, and everything. And that was like, I ran into a guy at a pizza shop and I whispered to my friend Savjo, I was like, dude, that jacket is a grail. Like, I need it. How do I get it off of him? And he just walked outside and he was like, hey, I got $20. Can I get that jacket off you? That's probably my favorite find.
That's a steal right there.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's dope. That's crazy. Have you ever been to NPS?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
found
know.
some shit at NPS.
You found a Supreme shirt at MPS.
Yeah, I found the Supreme New
my
York
God.
box logo tee over there.
That's
I sold that
crazy.
shit for like $700 and I got a dog.
That's how he got him.
That's how I got Toshi.
Damn.
That's crazy. I think my favorite, like my craziest NPS find was probably like an Odd Future chain for myself.
That's tight.
I try not to, I don't shop retail to resell. A lot of where the reselling came in for me is sustainability. So even like the grails I do have are usually a lot cheaper than you would find on like Grail or Depop. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it like? What is the process of you going in and finding stuff? How did you do it?
It's just like, okay, honestly, I'm gonna give out my secret. I always go straight to the new racks. Production days are like most days of the week. I look through those first and then I go into the men's section and I spend like an hour in each thrift probably picking through everything. I feel like a lot of people are just looking for what like catches their eye, but you gotta look at the brand, you gotta look at the tags,
The
the
tag and
quality.
shit.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah, thrifting's such a crazy process because, like, I know a few thrifters, and I used to watch a lot of Round 2 videos and like all those
Yeah.
thrifters
Oh,
back in
yeah.
the day when it started getting heavy. But yeah, I just never understood it. And like we watch what is Jacob Starr? He's from Seattle or something, but he's like really big into thrifting, and I watch him because he was primarily before he was doing all the streetwear stuff, like Supreme and everything, and then he started getting into that, and then now he's super heavy on it.
Right.
Yeah, for me, I'm just a shopper though, because using as a career, I can't even imagine what you have to do when you go in there. But like when you're just shopping, hoping that you find something dope, you just go in and hope for the best. Because I went to MPS so many times, didn't find shit. There was one of my friends, shout outs Edwin. He found when Supreme had like, it was either yoga mat.
Oh
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
boxing.
It was the Everlast mat.
Yes, the Everlast mat.
Yeah.
He found that.
He
at
found
MPS.
that at MPS.
He found
What
that
the
shit at
fuck?
MPS.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's the best find I ever.
Well, isn't like all MPS just shit that like fell
Freights.
off of
Yeah.
trucks? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Damaged.
It's like
quote
damaged
unquote
goods.
damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got to go like every Tuesday or something.
MPS
what I
is
heard.
crazy, dude.
I
Yeah.
think that's when they get
It's
new
Tuesdays
shit
and Thursdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays
Yeah.
or something.
It could be different now, but I used to go and try to buy pallets. They used to have pallet auctions, and that shit's crazy.
Just like when you would buy like a bunch of shit in bulk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Straight up, we went and we were standing outside in the line, and I remember they were like, "We need to buy that pallet right there. It's a car pallet. It had a bumper on there, had a motor and stuff."
Damn.
And I was like over here, like I'm looking at the computer. I was like, I'm not gonna carry that. I'm not trying to buy this right now. And then they were like, "No, let's go look at it." But the motor ended up being cracked down the middle, so that's why it was there.
Okay.
Yeah, the MPS finds are kind of crazy. I haven't found anything, but I remember this guy, he found like 6 pairs of Yeezys and
Fake.
No, all real, all crazy. He took it into Dallas. He took it in Dallas and
That's
sold it there,
crazy.
and yeah, it's real. Just these things fall off trucks for real.
Bro, they got TVs there for like $50. It's questionable though.
Questionable.
It's super questionable. You don't know.
And now that we're talking about MPS, I just realized I was friends with the guy who owns MPS. I was friends with his son
No way.
in high school. Copper Hills, West Jordan. He was out there. He's like, "Oh, my dad owns this one shop, MPS." And then I was like, I didn't know what it was. And then years later, I was like, "This is the store that your dad owns?" I'm like,
That's
dude, this
crazy.
is fucking nuts.
MPS is a crazy ass store. We used to go and shop there for like food and shit back
Yeah.
then when we were younger. There's
Yeah.
like they sell like expired food
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Expired.
I don't know if it's expired, but
It's past the Best By date.
Yeah,
it's past the date.
It's like, it's all right.
If you guys buy
we were
it,
coming up.
eat it
there.
right away. He's in the parking lot.
start cooking.
Get like Skittles and shit over there, hard as hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, not good.
How did you get into the vintage world anyway?
Yeah.
I worked it. So my first job was at Savers when I was 14. I worked
14?
there. Yeah, it
that
was
legal?
barely. No, I snuck my way in. It was funny as hell.
That's crazy.
Because I've never really looked my age. I think more so now I do. But I went for an interview there. They hired me on the spot, and then my manager was like typing in my birth date, and she was like, 2000. So you're 14? And she was like, technically, that's the legal age of hiring Utah. So they still hired me on. I worked there for like a year and a half.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can work at like Culver's, Burger King, I think Arby's now. But
That's
I was
dope.
I wanted to earn money on my own, do shit on my own, buy shit on my own. So I went and got a job there. And that's when I started finding Docs. That was like my favorite shoe growing up. And I still I was going to wear them tonight. I still have those, but it kind of just became like I was more so a clothing hoarder. It was all my clothes, and then people at school kept trying to like get them off me, and so I started. It was like patchwork pants at first, because I grew up in the punk scene, and people would just be like, "I want pants just like those." I was like, "Well, you could buy mine. Like, I need money for concert tickets this week." But then I think the biggest like where it really like happened, I went to Chicago with my father for Pokemon Go Fest, actually, but he worked out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the first one?
Yes.
This is the first
it
one?
was the shit show.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It was
Yeah.
so cool though. But I hit a bunch of thrift shops there, and then we planned to go visit my family out in El Paso, Texas. And we like drove out there, and then my grandfather has a thrift store on his mission that I just raided. And I realized that I had way more than 2 checked bags of clothes. So that's when I started my Depop. My first sale was within like 10 minutes of posting it in 2017. And it was a pair of Doc Martens for $80. It just hasn't stopped from there.
dope.
I did like ThriftCon in LA. I met Sean Wotherspoon.
Yeah.
Oh
He
shit.
bought a fucking windbreaker off of me when I was like
Oh,
18 years
hell yeah.
old. It was crazy.
Wow.
That was kind of my sign to be like, okay, yeah, you're here. This is what you're
nasty.
doing.
Going crazy. So where did the because I know you make some of your own clothes too, right? I know you make clothes and pieces and things. Where did that come from?
That was just a punk scene growing up. You always put you can't walk into Hot Topic or like any store at the mall and find the bands that I was listening to. They were mainly local.
Okay.
You can't find those T-shirts, so they would make little like screen printed patches that you just sew onto your clothes. So I had a crazy collection of patches going into my reselling career, and I just started like selling some of my old jackets and stuff, and then people started commissioning me for patchwork things, and then it's like changed from there. I do more so upcycling now. I will do patch pants because that's what's most popular, but I just like upcycling. I like sewing.
Crazy.
What is upcycling?
It's taking like a piece of, doesn't even have to be clothing, but like even a sheet fabric that already exists. It's not being, made
then,
in a
like,
factory,
making a
and then
pant?
making, I made a little 2-piece set out of a Harley Davidson blanket or like a jacket out of a tapestry.
Wow.
I've seen that
dope,
shit on
man.
Instagram where like fools will take like the big Asian blankets and they'll make like a jacket.
Yeah,
or,
that's
like,
Oh my
super
God,
popular.
that's
matching
fucking
sweats and shit.
We need a tiger blanket.
Yeah.
That's
That would be crazy.
the big blankets.
Yo, my cousin has a Lion King one of those thick ass blankets. We gotta get that. Boy, where are you at, bro?
Probably seeing Lady in
Make some
Red.
hands on the moon.
Shout outs, boy, singing Lady Red at my wedding.
That's dope. So I know you've when I first met you at the smoke shop, you told me a story that you made or styled. Was it Rich the Kid or Famous Dex? Was it Famous Dex? Yeah, you said Famous Dex. How did that come about?
Honestly, I met him back in 2019 when I was living out in LA after the first Thrift Con, and I got like put into a Camp Flog Gnaw commercial because I had the shoes before the release date.
Whoa.
I was like, 19-year-old me was like, I'm moving to LA. So I did.
Dope.
And I met him like in passing at a party. And honestly, I like kind of like threw some shade at him, but we stayed like kind of like friends over the internet. And when he was getting sober, we reconnected. And he just was saying that he was looking for new pieces in his wardrobe. So I made him a jacket, some pants, sent that out, as well as I sent a shirt that was made by a local El Paso brand, but he didn't wear that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You were in a Odd Future commercial?
Well, Camp Flog
Camp
Gnaw.
Flog
Gnaw. Or
It
sorry,
was
yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
it was the Gianos. I showed up to I drove into LA and showed up to the golf store, and I got them like a day before the release date.
Mm-hmm.
And then I showed up to Camp Flog Gnaw. In them, there was a giant sculpture of the shoes I was wearing. And I was like, I was like just barely out of dance team and shit. So I was doing the little like high foot raise over my head. And one of the videographers for Converse was like, hey, can you sign this contract and do that again so we can put you in this ad? And
Wow.
Damn, dude. That's
crazy.
Let me go find that. You have a photo of that?
I have like a weird screenshot of
Okay.
it, but I didn't. It was like I didn't even know if it was actually going to be put in there because they took like 4 separate shots of me and then me and my homie that had matching fits. And it was just that one that got in, but it was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
That is our one-time goal right there we needed to do.
Well, yeah.
Do something with Tyler.
No,
Yes.
I know I will. I know I will.
Oh, there we go.
It's gonna happen. Manifestation is
yeah.
real, y'all. Just wait on it.
That's what we got to start telling ourselves. We will. I don't know how. Maybe we'll get him in that chair too. I don't know.
Bruh. For reals.
How long were you out in LA for?
Like 8 months.
8
As soon
months.
as I heard COVID was hitting, I
Yeah.
literally came right back. And
Which was smart.
I was honestly like already hosting a fashion show, I think December of 2019. So I was planning on driving back for that anyways and then going back to LA. But then I was kind of just like, you know, I paid for my rent in advance and I'd rather not be in a pandemic out there alone.
For real.
So
Yeah, LA was a shit show at that time.
yeah, it
Like,
was pretty
it's just too
freaky.
crazy.
I'm pretty sure I had it like before anyone did. I was staying in a house of a bunch of artists from Copenhagen, and their airports got shut down like mid-December. So there was some people who were in that house that weren't like even allowed to come back, and we were all sick as shit.
Damn.
We were like, I wonder.
That's exactly what happened to us too. We came back from Japan. We had a big New Year's party. Her birthday's New Year's Eve, and literally 2 weeks after, everyone got sick. And I was
Damn.
like, that's the most.
Oh,
that was
wait.
the worst. That was the worst sickness I've ever gone through. But I'm saying I made it through COVID because I don't technically diagnosed with COVID.
Yeah.
So I made it through.
Everybody's getting
That's
fucked
the
up.
doctor.
Y'all got that early access.
Yeah, we had early access.
Early
The only early access.
access.
The only early access I ever got.
little
Sneakers, fuck
sneak
you.
peek.
Fuck you, sneakers.
Stupid.
Fuck you, Nike.
Oh my god, we'll get into that, motherfucker. Damn,
I've taken an L every week for 4 years.
dude, I never won.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
4
I would
years.
just stop.
I just gotta keep trying.
Wait,
dude.
no,
Don't tell
no.
him to give up. Damn.
You haven't hit in
Never
4
give
years
up.
on your account, but you guys have hit on other accounts.
Yeah, I was
not
listening.
us.
For sure.
Not us. She'll literally like she'll get on it. She has 10 phones and she won't
Yeah.
ever hit. We got shadow banned in this house, so we don't ever really
The
hit.
IP, the IP
She get-
address.
IP.
She'll hit every time she's at work or something, but
Okay.
this IP address is banned.
They saw your Instagram account. It's like these motherfuckers got shoes. Hell no.
Oh, resale.
I was watching that podcast and I was like, 10 phones is crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, for
You're
real.
insane for that.
We were talking about
phones.
Pokemon Go. You know that dude with the
Yeah, in Taiwan.
the Pokemon
Yeah.
Go shit, like all the.
Oh
fucking-
my god,
that was
dude.
Amy. That's Amy for reals.
For sneakers.
And Pokemon Go. You guys are crazy.
Well, no, it's easy just to do one. I don't know how he does it because he has to literally pull up, spin every single one, and that's it. That's too hard.
I don't know. We were in Japan, and then it was like in the height of Pokemon Go. And I remember me and Kellen were just chilling in the corner. You had 80-year-old people, 40-year-old people, 20-year-old
Everybody
people,
was on
kids.
it.
Everybody was playing that shit, man.
Yeah.
I could never get into it.
My dad's like almost 50 and he was playing it more than anyone in my friend
That's
group.
crazy. That's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you a Pokemon fan?
I fuck with Pokemon Go. I'm year 2000, so the Pokemon cards like were very.
Okay.
It was like it was there. We were all playing that shit, but it never really lasted very long.
Yeah, that's true. The Pokemon card games didn't stick with me. I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh person, so
That's what
I
I was
still
gonna
play
say.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh was
Yu-Gi-Oh.
popping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yu-Gi-Oh's
I'm actually
poppin'.
more of a Digimon person than Pokemon, but I
Okay.
still play Pokemon Go and all that stuff.
Digimon goes crazy.
That's a lie. You guys are hardcore Pokemon people.
No, we enjoy Pokemon and stuff, but I'm more Digimon. I'm literally gonna name
mean,
like I'm getting an Angelmon tattoo and Angel Woman, like doing the
hard.
DNA. Because you know how like when they Digivolve,
Yeah.
they have the DNA swirling. I'm gonna get that,
that is
on the next tattoo.
badass. That
I've
is
seen
badass.
people play like duel with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I've never seen a Pokemon card match ever. People
No?
just be collecting that
No,
shit.
no,
I feel
dude, there's
like.
so
I've
many.
never
I used
seen
to
no
play.
duels.
You go to
no
Game
nothing.
Haven on 72 or 78,
Yeah.
and they have it every Tuesday, and everyone's
For Pokemon?
Yeah,
Yeah, it still
That's
goes hard.
crazy.
I didn't say
Yeah.
that game shop right next to the Galaxy Vapor. They have Pokemon competitions.
Bro.
It still goes hard.
I need
used
to,
to play
I need
a
to
lot.
see it. I need to see what goes on.
it's kind of crazy, like the way it works.
Is it the same like point system shit with like
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No,
It's a totally different game.
Yu-Gi-Oh is more simple, but there's much more reading.
In
Because
Pokemon?
no, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a lot of reading in it, so you have to understand your deck. Pokemon
have
simple
to.
is like there's 2 attack moves or 3, and then you have your HP on top, and you have to have certain amount of energies to attack. That's it.
Oh, the energy cards do matter.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
He's like, what the
He's
fuck?
like
Why do
ripping
they
these
get
up. He's like, it's the 4th to last card. I need to rip
What
this
the
up. I know where it's
fuck?
at.
I gotta admit that did suck when you got like a pack and it was like mostly
Oh,
energy cards. I was like,
mhm.
The double energy cards. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
yep. Good old days, man. Good old
Oh,
days.
man. So we know that you're an event coordinator. What type of events do you do mostly?
I would say it's been primarily like rap shows and pop-ups, but I'm trying to shift to do a little bit of everything. I just was partnered with the Urban Arts Gallery to do the Lost and Found
Yeah, that's
Market with
dope.
Ty. That was an all vintage thing, and that's like the day before or the day after Hard as Nails as well. That'll be happening the last Sunday of every month. But it was, I feel like all 2019, 2020, it was primarily fashion shows. I'm still like a volunteer stage manager for Juneteenth at City of Mill Creek every year. But I've been just kind of plotting for the perfect venue, the perfect like lineup of designers for my next fashion show. So that's probably coming
Like
2024.
runway and all?
Mhm.
Going crazy.
That's amazing. And with the Utah Arts Gallery too, when did you like you just barely started working when you
Yeah,
started?
that
to
was
have this-
probably like 6 months. It's been
Oh,
6
okay.
months that
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
partnered
yeah.
with them. Hard as Nails just the last like 3 because it's bi-monthly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's sick too. And if you guys don't know, Utah Arts Gallery, they support a lot of local artists. It's pretty cool. If anybody's in the Gateway area, they're like smack dab right in the middle. They're sick too. I love
really
them.
good
Yeah.
location.
Urban
Really good
Arts
location,
Gallery,
yeah.
It's a good
they
space.
feature like 120 artists
Yeah,
at a time.
Wow.
And they switch it out like every 6 months. So they're always
that's
giving
dope.
more opportunity to more artists. I love to see that.
And with like the events too, like I can't even imagine how hard it is to organize the event. And then especially on the day of the event when it happens, what are kind of like some of your challenges that you've faced?
I would say vendor load-in is like a hard moment of the day just because everyone's frantic. Everyone's asking me for something or questions. I like to help my vendors load in, give them suggestions on their setup to make it like more accessible for their customers. So that's a stressful part. And then other than that, just honestly, I love my performers, love my artists, but they suck at sending their music. So that's always a shuffle at the last minute. But it's all fun and games to me.
I've been
It's
to
cool.
one of them. I've been to one. I think it was the lost and found one. I
Mhm.
think the setup was really good. It was like everyone was nice and spread out, but it was still close enough where like everyone's like intimate
Yeah.
and still. It was a
I
good
like the
setup.
Urban Arts Gallery for that reason.
Mhm.
I feel like other than the Urban Arts Gallery, Sugar Space has been my favorite place for vendors.
Sugar space.
But I did a lot of stuff at Beehive, and I mainly stopped doing it there. That's one of my favorite venues of all time in Salt Lake City. But I mainly stopped doing it there because I did feel like it was a little crowded for vendors, and that's something I don't think a lot of coordinators focus on is like paying attention to the vendors and their needs and their
Right.
promotion. So I really like this space I have at Urban Arts Gallery.
Yeah, it's very open.
looks good.
That's for
I
sure.
like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
I've
lot of
never
space
been
to
there.
move around and shit.
Never been there?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, that's surprising to me.
It's like
Well, I
not
don't
too
go out.
big and it's
Yeah.
not too small either. It's like the perfect size for like a nice.
Yeah,
nice
it's a very
good event.
intimate
Mhm.
venue.
Yeah, it's
They
dope.
got paint nights. They got all sorts of stuff. It's fun. Yeah.
dope. Going crazy.
that's a little filler we got there. Going crazy.
So we talked a little bit about you making pieces and things like that. What's one of the most memorable pieces that you've ever made?
I would say there's like a patchwork jacket. No one would remember it. That I sold to another artist from St. George called Lost Boy. It was just a combination of a patchwork jacket that one of my favorite kind of, not really an event coordinator. It was in the punk scene. They threw house shows, but like Dis House, Discoide, his name was Sam. He started this patchwork jacket like 15 years before I had gotten it.
Shit.
So then I started adding on to it, and it was like a compilation of like 60 different local and touring bands. That's probably one of my.
Just
it was
like
all in floss. I sewed it all
patchwork
with
shit.
floss.
With floss?
Are you serious?
God damn.
Because that's how I started sewing, was just all hand sewed,
Nice.
sewn, and then someone told me one day floss is the best way to go because you can actually throw it in the washer still. So.
Yo.
You got to be kidding me. I
What?
had no idea.
Yeah.
What, dude?
the
And it's cheaper than yarn, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Oh,
Mhm.
fuck.
I mean, kind of. It's like $2
No
for a thing
way.
of floss.
It's
about
not
the same.
cheaper, bro.
Dude,
Yeah,
floss?
low-key.
Are you kidding me?
And you gotta get the unwaxed one. You gotta, because or else you'll get like white all over your pants.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
Okay.
crazy.
That is wild.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the wax one. I was like, doesn't that stuff fall off?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
you gotta
okay.
get unwaxed.
Okay.
I get it. Man, that's something I really admire about the punk community. They just make their own shit. Everything from the
Yes.
patchwork
Mhm.
and the denim jackets, the denim vests, like all that stuff. Like you guys do it. It's just like a community thing.
It's DIY or die.
Yeah, man.
DIY or die.
Are you
for
still
sure.
kind of like involved with the punk scene and the punk community in
I
Utah?
show out for the shows that I want to. I don't know. I've kind of grew apart from it just because honestly, I love punk music. I love alternative music, but I have realized for myself specifically to stay in a positive mindset, I have to listen to positive music. I have to be around like happy-go-lucky communities, and so I do show out, especially for like Mandalore. That's one of my favorite punk bands in Salt Lake City. But it's here and there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to a couple like rock shows, punk shows, hardcore like metal shows, and they get crazy, bro.
You get nuts.
They get nuts. And one time, and I don't know if it's the same for all. I might just be like grouping them in, but like the punching and the
Oh,
kicking.
bro.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I saw this one guy, right? I was on top floor. I was on top floor of Complex in the smaller venue, and this guy was doing it, right? He was going crazy, and then all of a sudden, he punches and he falls, and nothing else but his head hits the floor. My ass, I felt his impact
Gee.
from the top floor. I'm like, these guys get crazy, man. Have you had any like crazy experiences at any punk shows?
I mean, honestly, I be in the pits when I'm at
Oh,
the punk
really?
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
But I've always been that person that's like, the biggest thing in the punk scene was you take care of each other, you watch out for
Okay,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah.
So I'd always be like on the barrier of the pit, making sure everyone's up, getting up, and not hitting their heads. I feel like a lot of the like worst injuries I've seen are at like hardcore shows because they do crazy.
I remember back in like the
moves.
Jordan Landing days, you know, when everyone used to go kick it at Jordan Landing.
I miss
and
those
shit.
days, man.
I remember these fools were passing out tickets to go, and like they were like $15 or something like that. Yeah, and I bought one. It was for Chelsea Grin.
Oh, that's a
shit.
local
I was
legend.
in culture shock when I went to this show with the homies, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? This like dude with like, I remember this dude. He's a straight edge dude, I'm sure, because he had the big ass X on the back of his head, on his neck, and he was just in there fucking going crazy, bruh. Going crazy. I think I left early because I was scared, bro.
It's a different element.
Yeah,
man.
I was like, man, I don't know about all this, but
shouts American History X.
Great movie, by the way. Great movie. Edward Norton killed it.
Yeah,
going
killed
crazy.
it. Changes your life. You probably only need to watch it once, but fuck.
I watched it a lot growing up.
I watched it twice.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
all.
watched it a lot growing up.
What is it about?
Oh shit!
What?
Oh
You know
yeah,
I don't watch
this mother-
movies, bro.
No, this is
Come
like
on.
an old movie
Don't
that's
watch
like
movies.
skinheads.
Skinheads.
Yeah, that shit's
Straight
crazy.
edge
Like
skinheads?
No.
like these fools get crazy. And like
Like-
it has, cause it's kind of like a behind the scenes of like how they do things, but
Like Nazis?
like Nazis, like
Yo.
neo-Nazis.
Neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shit's crazy. And you should check
would-
it out. Don't watch it with the kids around, but there's
Have
a lot
y'all-
of
100%.
Have you guys watched SLC Punk?
yeah. I grew up on that
I've
shit.
heard about it.
Because of that movie, I wanted to push a car into the Great Salt Lake. I just remember the scene, and I just growing up, they're just watching, and it's like, is that it? Is that what's gonna happen? And just slowly sinking because the density of the salt is not allowing the car to sink.
Yeah. He
I-
starts shooting it.
Yeah.
I remember I watched that movie when I was like 7 years old or something like that. But I don't remember very well anymore. But I'm like, shout out Shaggy from Scooby Doo. He's in that movie.
He
That's
did
all I
the
remember.
Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
He did.
He did. He
I
was
was very surprised, even though that movie sucked ass.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, he did that movie.
yeah.
I didn't know he was still relevant, but because he was killing in the 90s. He did 13 Ghosts. He had the Scooby Doo movies. He was in every damn teenage like romantic film ever.
It's hard. The last movie I remember seeing him
He was in
in.
Scream.
Scream was also one. He
Yeah.
was also in Without a Paddle.
Yeah,
That shit was tight.
You're talking about Shaggy?
yeah.
Shaggy.
Going crazy.
From the live action, not the
about
animation. You can actually still get the movie SLC Punk at Graywell's. They usually keep it in the front. And you can usually buy it if you want to go check it out.
Yeah,
It's
I might have to.
It's kind of funny. Like if you grew up in Utah and then watch that movie, you're like, all this shit happened here, and you would never know.
We're very young though.
Yeah.
I don't remember when that movie came out, but we're very young, so totally makes sense. But watch American History X, bro. You will not regret it. Have you seen it?
No.
Damn. Take a
I
peep
saw
at
that.
it.
I saw that movie when I was way too young. I was 14, and I learned what a curb stomp was because of that movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
I've literally watched someone get curb stomped in front of me.
Me too.
I was 8 years
You
old.
too?
I was
Gold blood.
yeah, 8 years old. They were fighting, and it was
my God.
I live in Portland, so all this shit happened all the time. I would literally watch a little girl die in front of me from a drive-by.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
man.
shit's crazy. But I watched this kid. I don't know what happened, but he just was walking towards the bus stop. They pulled out of the car, pushed him on the floor. They held his head like this.
Ooh,
Bop!
God
And
damn.
I was just like, what is going on? And his jaw was ripped apart.
It's just, oh my God.
I literally had to sit there for 3 hours waiting for the cops.
Jesus.
That's how long it took for him to get there.
Damn.
And we didn't have phones back then, so I had to run to the nearest like gas station. to
Yeah,
go.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy, bro. I don't know about all that.
No, yeah, shit's
All
crazy.
I can think about is cut my life into pieces. All this SLC Punk, American X shit, all this shit y'all talking about. I don't
Papa
know.
Roach ate it.
No?
No.
Oh, what is if you were to say top 3 punk bands for the peeps?
Okay, so they're not punk anymore, but I gotta give them a shout out. They were a Russian punk band that would perform in front of the cathedrals with
shit.
ski masks. They're called Pussy Riot. They're like a pop band in the US now. They do a lot of political activism. I fuck with them a lot. But then probably honestly like Dead Kennedys and then Minor Threat. I also have a tattoo of this like noise punk band on my chest called Man is a Bastard. They're cool.
All the names sound very familiar. I mean, what was the first one? Pussy Riot?
Yeah.
That was the only one I think I'm not familiar
It's my
with.
favorite.
Me
My favorite
too.
one you just named.
It's just a bunch of cats, guys. It's a bunch of cats going fucking crazy.
Bleep.
Oh my God. And then with just going back to your events too, like what are some of your favorite events that you've done?
Probably my first. So I did. My first pop up ever was like just. It wasn't even vintage. It was just whatever. I think I had Nimbus there, Blue Velvet Bunny, Uncommon. He was my co-host at the time, and it was just like we literally were bored and we're like, let's just get all the homies together and sell
Throw
clothes at one
something.
spot. Yeah. And it was, we didn't charge anyone for vending. We didn't charge tickets. We just did it to do it. And it was amazing. And then besides that, probably like my fashion show 2019. That was like, it was like, ooh, who was all performing? You performed, right? Yeah, an Outset
Going crazy.
and a couple Phobia or Stella. They were my co-hosts. So we did one day performers and vendors, the next day fashion show and vendors.
Wow.
It was really cool.
That's wild.
And we like rented like an LED catwalk. It was really cool.
That's nasty. Did you have like the same amount of people there each day?
Yeah, we did like a 2 for deal, like a 2 for 30 instead of, it was like 1 for 20 and then 2 for 30 if you wanted to get both. And then
dope.
I feel like we curated it like really well. So it was like all the homies just wanted to be there anyway.
Damn, man, we might need to help you or have you help us set up $1 in a dream.
I would love to.
Crazy.
You guys are that's really gonna happen, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
After
I know.
this episode, I was like,
I
I
know
know
for a
these guys
fact.
want to get back together.
It's
and
gonna
do it.
happen, man, for sure. It's gonna be bigger too. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fucking going crazy for sure.
I can't wait for that, honestly, dude.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
dope.
amazing.
If you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, what would it be, and who would it be, and what would it be? What would you do?
Tyler, the creator, I want to make some shoes with him. I love Converse.
Go crazy.
Makes sense. You guys wore Converse today, like both of you guys. So
Oh,
yeah.
you did that.
Yeah.
Those are like, I literally was like, I want to wear my docs, but these are my staple shoes. I have to wear my Converse.
Damn.
I'm jealous. Well, I mean, I'm jealous. Like you already did it, but I was like, I want to do it too. Shit.
we can do it. We'll get on that.
I wanna do something with Tyler the Creator too, man.
That's kind of where we're all at, I think.
Yeah.
Like his Lacoste. Did you see that Lacoste
Yeah.
drop, bro?
Oh,
that shit's so nasty,
beautiful.
bro. So nasty. It's like the varsity jacket. Was it
Yeah.
the varsity jacket with the L on it or something.
The varsity jacket,
That
yeah,
shit's clean.
the cardigan that went hard with those buttons go crazy. It's like a
All of his
grandma,
buttons.
but it's like
Yeah.
it's like a grandma style cardigan. But I'm like, damn, he's bringing it back to the young people.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
Yeah, he bringing Lacoste back.
He's bringing the way he does
Everything,
everything, though.
yeah.
He kind of
Yeah.
he's just, like, obviously we're Tyler fans, but the way he's transitioned in life and like becoming a rapper and then knowing that he didn't want to just do rap and did music and then not just doing music, getting into the fashion industry and killing every little step of the way.
Yeah.
And he just for one of the first rappers to start his own festival.
Yeah, he's one of the
And
best event coordinators out
Exactly.
there.
Whoever booed Drake that year sucks.
I was there.
Y'all
That was
fucking
crazy.
I was there.
tripping. Y'all fucking tripping.
Well, okay, if I would have booed Drake too if I knew Frank was gonna come on, but there was no signs of Frank
Yeah,
coming
there
on at
was no
all.
signs.
Yeah,
That was the whole
do
rumor of the
we even
weekend.
know?
I would have
Yeah.
been going off.
That's
Who
how-
did we got
that's how
what like
powerful.
ASAP, Uzi,
Yep.
and Drake.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we're
come
booing.
on,
We're still
bro.
booing.
I'm literally standing next to
Ungrateful.
the homie, and he was like, "Boo, Frank Ocean." I'm like, "Hey, I think this is it. This is where it ends."
I when I went to Camp Flog Now, I went with my best friend Riley, who I started my brand with, and she felt like I paid for our tickets, and she just like she was like, I'm gonna get you back one day, but I was like, I don't care, like I just need you here. We're doing this,
Right.
and so she during Lil Baby, I think, or not Lil Baby, the Baby, she went and stole a whole photo backdrop of the Golf Wang Raspberries.
What?
So I have
What
this,
the
I have this like
fuck?
20'5" or 20 yard long fucking photo drop.
Bruh.
And I was
Let's
just
use
holding it. No, we can. I used to bring it to all my pop-ups and just let people
Wow.
take photos on it. But
the hell?
during the whole Drake performance, people were like trying to tug it away from me because we were just holding it in a garbage bag. It was insane.
How do you steal a backdrop?
I don't know how she did. She called me and she was like, I need you to leave now. Security's coming after me. Luckily, a janitor gave me a trash bag. I'm hiding by the bathroom. Please, people are trying to take it from me.
Fuck?
Damn, that's a way to pay someone back.
Yeah,
My-
I was like, there we go.
like I wasn't gonna go that year, but my big bro, he's like, I'll buy your ticket. He bought me and like a couple of our tickets. He had VIP and he got actually the super VIP. That's from that year, the guitar.
Yeah, you
And
told me about
yeah,
that.
and so it was that year was so funny, like because that was the first time I ever went, and it was just an all around great event though. Like out of all the festivals I've ever been to, I think I had the most fun there because interaction. First of all, they know they're killer on interaction.
Yeah.
The venue set up the way that I didn't like going uphill, but going
Yeah.
downhill is fine. But leaving that bitch was so fucked up because we left. The fool forgot to pick us up. He literally just left us at the event, and we're like, all right, let's go find an Uber. It's me and 3 other guys, and we go all the way we walk like maybe 2 miles, and get finally out to where everyone else is at, and then we get on we're seeing all the Ubers. Uber Black, $400. Uber, $500.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I got really lucky. There was like old folks home down the street, and we just like pulled in there, and there was some guy he was like, "Are you guys parking here for the festival? You can't do that." And I was like, "Please, I don't want to park there." And he was like, "How much money you got on you?" And I like handed him $100 bill, and he just let me park there for both nights. It was crazy.
Wow,
both nights.
Yeah, that's lucky. Both nights in LA too.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm so lucky.
And then after we found the Uber, this was the crazy shit ever because he was an Uber/Lyft, and he was smoking a cigarette, and we get in the car. He's like $30, and it's like a Russian guy, $30, and I was like, "That's it." Oh hell yeah! We all jumped in the car. LA traffic is fucked up, so we get like maybe 2 miles away from the venue, and we get stuck in traffic. He looks out, puts his head back, and he goes, "I'm reversing right now." We maybe had like a mile and a half before that last exit, and then he goes, "You stick your head out," and he grabs a cigarette. It starts reversing a mile and a half back on the freeway.
What the fuck?
And I was like, this is some GTA shit. Like,
Damn.
I don't even know if this guy's a real Uber or anything, but we paid $30 for this. I was like, fuck it, dude. And he's over here yelling at me the whole time. He's like, "No, stick your head out, stick your head out." I'm like, dude, you're good, dude. Keep going.
Oh my God.
That's so cool.
That's crazy, bro.
That shit blows my mind. Sorry.
It's so wild whenever I tell people that story because people don't believe any stories I tell them. Everything's like so far fetched or unbelievable.
Out of this
Yeah, we both got that
world,
Camp
bro.
Flog Now look.
Yes, that's what it is. See? It's like you guys had to be there. Camp Flog Now is kind of crazy, and then all the shit that happens after is all crazy
Insane.
too.
Yeah.
It's like we went from watching Drake get booed off, and then we end up in a GTA car.
Jesus. You guys made me not want to go to Camp Flog.
No, GTA.
Jesus.
No, I mean Camp Flog Now is fucking
GTA
fun.
is tight.
That's tight too, but Camp Flog Now is hella fun. It is fun.
All right, let me get back to this. So you spoke a little bit about Hard as Nails. Is Hard as Nails a collective or is it an event?
So it's both. I previously was going by Retrospect Collective, and I don't like the word collective. It feels a little culty to me. I want my biggest thing with bringing these girls, quote unquote, under my wing, letting them have a space at my events and in my booth is I just want them to get the brand recognition and recognition for their art that they should. So we did Hard as Nails, which is our all-femme event, and most of my collective members have been girls. Yeah. So I was just kind of like this, like I feel like it portrays more so what I'm trying to give off as a brand owner, and they all agreed. They all fuck with Hard as Nails event a lot.
Yeah,
so
I think it's a sick name.
No, it's a fire name.
Dude. Hell yeah. And then your flyers too are fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's Killer P of Mary.
Whoever's
That's my
doing,
business
whoever's
partner.
doing them, they going
Keep
hard.
it up,
Supposed to
keep
be
it
here
up.
today, but she gotta work for my mom.
I was like, it has that really punk look to it. It's like
Yeah.
old school punk flyer. I'm like, yeah.
We're
dude,
all
wear my
very
ass.
into, we like on girls' night, we get together and do collages and shit. So that's kind of where it stemmed from.
That's dope. You guys are all doing something of your own too, doing some crazy ass shit for sure.
We got like Kendra who makes custom like patchwork, like crazy patchwork pants. And then Hallie's the stylist. Mary is just kind of, she sells some vintage herself, but she's just like our marketing genius.
Who makes those ashtrays or whatever?
So the ashtrays, that's actually, she'll be at this next event. That's Ash Trip Hop.
Ash Trip Hop?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, she's
tight.
cool. She also makes like music and does like some projection art, like videos and shit. But yeah, those ashtrays are crazy.
Yeah, there was like a flower. Was it a flower?
Yeah, it
It's like a
literally
flower
looks
pot.
like off days should be
It's
on
like
it.
a flower pot ashtray thing. I saw it in the smoke shop. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? I was like, this shit is tight. It was dope.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's nasty.
I mean, I know that you said you don't really like the collective thing because it's a little culty, but that is truly a collective when everybody's so skilled at what they do and you guys bring it into
It's true.
one entity. So you should give it a little pat yourself on the back, dude.
for
That's
real.
tight.
Let the record reflect
Yeah.
for sure. Going crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry. One second.
No, sorry, I got lost too.
My nose is fucking me up. Let me get a tissue real quick, please.
Here, let me pass that. Ready? Ooh, that was smooth.
You guys
Yeah,
didn't see
dude.
what happened on camera, but yes. He threw a tissue box at him.
He might have saw, or they might have saw. Shoot.
No, it would be horizontal. You won't see him.
I don't know about you guys, but this weather out here be getting me mad depressed.
Not for real.
I love
It's
it.
fucking 5 o'clock and the sun is gone. I'm like,
For reals, bro.
Gotta go to bed.
I do be falling asleep earlier now, though. It's kind of
Me
crazy.
too. It's
Yeah.
nice though. I'd be waking up a little earlier too.
dude, no, not me. I'm fucking night owl.
Used to be. I used to be. You
Yeah,
guys
it's
know
true.
that.
You
I used to
did used
stay
to
up to
be.
like 4 or 5
Yeah.
a.m. every day, but now I'm like 11:30, go to sleep, wake up at 8, go to the gym, then just get on with my day.
I was gonna say I wish I can do that, but I don't really try. I'm just like, this is me time. I don't care.
So we know that you are like very, very supportive of a bunch of different creatives here in the city, right? And I see that you always have different vendors and artists at your shows. Are these just people that you're just finding off of like social media and Instagram? Or are these people that you've had relationships with in the past and you're just like, yo, come kick it, come put your shit in here?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I do get a lot of people reaching out to
Yeah.
me for opportunity at events. So I do have like an outreach list. I each market that I have, I try to involve someone new. Like at this Hard as Nails, Lise Gems, she's actually a 15, 16-year-old native
wow.
girl, and she makes all her like own handmade jewelry. I met her while I was volunteering at the Children's Juneteenth low key, and she was just, her dad was like, no, she wants to do more markets. We can't ever find one ones that are like good for all ages, and that's a big thing for me. I only really host all ages shows. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
dope.
I think for the most part, I've been doing this for like 6-7 years, and I just have met a lot of dope people in my
Yeah.
endeavors. Yeah.
You just kind of built like a strong network. You
Yeah.
kind of just reach out to different
Yeah.
folks.
I have like my Instagram highlights are all like Utah brands, Utah podcasts, Utah designers, Utah nails. Yeah.
Which is really dope because that's what we really need.
Yeah.
And ever since we started doing the podcast too, that's what we kind of gotten an experience with. Like people are like, oh yeah, let me like shoot you out or shout you out or let me like
Yeah,
come
for
see what you're
reals.
doing. And it's really cool to kind of see people kind of come together.
Yeah.
Because we didn't expect it. At first, this kind of started out as us 4 guys talking shit on a mic talking
Yeah.
about conspiracies and shit like that. But it's really a beautiful thing that we have going on here. And that the fact that you're doing it too, it just makes
Yeah.
me like so happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
been on your super grind, and I always see you just going crazy, supporting everybody and putting people on and shit. So it's really, really cool to see. I fuck with it.
That is cool. I didn't know about the all ages thing. I never took a realization because I talk about doing stuff for community all the time and then not realizing that sometimes like a lot of events we go to are not all ages.
Yeah.
A lot of
Like-
the events we go to,
And
are
like
all ages.
that's the youth is like our future and the truth,
Exactly.
you know.
It is.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
get out
think-
there.
Like the youngest member of Hard as Nails right now, their name is Star. They're 18 and they make like the crazy crochet wear you see in a lot of my photos.
Dope.
So that it's pretty cool that they're involved with it because they honestly, I met them at that runway I hosted with Stella. They were just
Nice.
like, they're like super fan on the side of the stage and like
Yeah.
introduced themselves and later on started making art and now they're a part of our little community even more
Yeah,
so.
that's dope, man.
Yeah. I think it's just for us. We like to drink. So we're like, 21? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
We can serve drinks and whatnot
All
too.
day.
So
I will say it was
Yeah.
definitely like a different type of business, like different type of business endeavor I was doing when I was able to start doing 21 plus shows. It was pretty cool. Drunk people spend money.
It's
very true.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm guilty of that.
Me too. It's a problem. I'll like host a show and then I'll like just go and spend everything I made at the show.
It's hard not to too, because when you have all these people and there's so many different things and you want to support everybody.
Cool shit.
Like, yeah,
you know?
cool shit.
I be on that tip too, bro. I always be fucking out there.
That is
Especially,
true.
yeah,
That is
fucked up.
true.
Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm just. Bam, 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 bam. But I love it. I love people doing cool shit and putting on for the city and shit. And people be doing really cool shit here.
True.
Whether it's
Yeah.
clothing or I don't know. Mikey loves doing it too now. He'll go buy like crystals and shit from
Yeah.
people and like
That's tight.
It's dope. Yeah, Mikey be out there too.
He's gonna be in a good spot when he's older because he's getting all this influence. He's seeing everybody
Just
doing
taking it all in.
like something from nothing, and
Yeah.
he genuinely appreciates it too.
Yeah.
Which
He
I
loves
think
it.
is amazing. Yeah.
He loves putting on for everybody too.
Yeah, gave out all our stickers at our pop.
Aw.
Every pop up we had like $1 in a dream, bro. I swear that food came up to me like 3 times asking me for 20s, and I just gave him 100. I was like, "Here, go walk around, go fucking find some shit."
Bring it back to the house. Let's see what we can do.
Now you guys got a storage full of stuff now.
Yeah, now I got a storage room full of shit. I just had to go pull out my winter clothes. I don't have no room in this fucking apartment for anything, bro. I gotta go switch shit out.
I feel you, bro.
Every
I've been
season and
purging.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's a
God.
problem.
Yeah.
Every like 2 years, I'm like, okay, you gotta sell your closet, girl.
Yeah.
Just
It's
stop.
so hard though.
Uh-huh.
We do that once a year for her.
You said once a year?
Once a year.
You should see it.
She used to work at Forever 21, so she still has stuff from like 10 years ago that
It's
are still
crazy.
on tags.
Yeah, that was honestly me with Hot Topic. I would work there seasonally, and especially like when they started getting rap merch, I would literally just I got a crazy discount, so I would just sit with tags forever.
Especially for them, like if you're a fan, if you have a fandom for anything, they just have T-shirts for
Yeah, it's a problem.
bands, TV shows, like movies.
The anime section is like the biggest section in
Yeah.
a Hot
Yeah.
Topic now. That's been like very weird to
It's
watch
so
that
heavy now.
change.
Well, they
Uh-huh.
made
popular
that
now.
Yeah, when they made that switch, I was just like, about fucking time.
Yeah, no, for real.
Jesus Christ.
They knew what they were doing when the timing hit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you guys get a Twilight shirt, let me know. Dude, no, it's freaking sold out all the time. In my size.
They were the first place that had a Big Bang t-shirt.
Yeah, and that sold out too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's too wild. We love K-pop out here, so. And that is also something that's popping off at Hot Topic.
True. Yeah.
Which
the
I
K-pop
never-
section goes crazy.
Have thought. Oh my God, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. 15 years into it.
Gross.
Who would have thought?
So you talked a little bit about upcycling and whatnot. I want to know, are you just taking, like you just said, like a blanket or something, and you're are you sewing this? You're sewing everything on?
Yeah, so I make that usually, honestly, how I still am not very good at making patterns on my own. I will take another piece, like say like a popular Forever 21 mini skirt, and I will seam rip those pieces apart,
And then
use that
all
as
in
a
it.
stencil,
Yep,
and
yep.
take the other fabric, cut it out, and then sew it back together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro.
Wow.
I'm gonna need you to make me some.
I would love to.
Let's go find this tiger blanket, bro. I'm
No,
gonna
for real.
And
That
get you a
would be
tiger blanket
crazy.
mini skirt.
They got them at that. Ooh.
There you
okay.
go. And then matching top.
Hell yeah, bro.
We can fit in a
I'm
brimless
gonna
cat
need you.
too.
I'm gonna need you.
The tiger, just a tiger's head. There you go.
I don't know about the skirt, but
That's a swap meet fit, bro. That's fucking
For
sick.
real. I was gonna say we could probably get that blanket at the swap meet Sunday.
I need one of those for sure.
That's your new look of 2024.
I'm going to Asian City. I'm gonna drop this blanket off. To you. I'm gonna let you know.
But-
That's really cool too, because I think like upcycling needs to be like more of a normal thing.
yeah, I feel like it's getting there. Like
it's getting
honestly,
there.
one of the designers that inspired me the most out in LA, Utopia, he's doing like Nike ads, Champion ads.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
commissioning him to make upcycled pieces for them to like put into their brand. So like Nike like made some like bags that were old shoes that was all like based off of a local upcycling artist.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Wow.
It's nice that brands like that are finally tapping in.
Yeah.
Because those guys are super talented too. I forget her name, her last name. It's like Nicole. Starts with the MC, but she literally just like grabs trash from like the street, brings it back to her studio, and then she makes anything from like football slippers or like anything that
That's
you can find
crazy.
around, and then she'll just make something new out of it.
Wow.
So it's pretty amazing. I want to learn how to sew. I've been
Yeah.
saying that for 5 years.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's
It is hard.
It
It's
is.
super
It's
hard.
really
You know that,
tedious,
yeah.
honestly. Like
Super
I went
tedious.
into it thinking it was gonna be fun, and it
So
took me
did I.
probably like 2 years to really master sewing for me. And I still could be better, honestly. Like
Oh yeah.
there's this girl, Arcadia. I hope I'm saying it right. 111 Threads. She is insane with the sewing machine. She moved out here from New Jersey, and like I don't know, she comes up with the craziest stencils, craziest ideas, and she's just like she be at the Goodwill bins while everyone's fighting over vintage tees, and all she's looking for is quilts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
And
make,
those are
like-
things that like never get used, never get sold. They all
Yeah.
just go like back into the
Selling for $1,
Yeah.
$2
Uh-huh.
and shit. Yeah, for reals. They make different sewing machines too, especially like to like hem clothes and shit. I only know how to use like the basic sewing machine and then like sewing on the tags and shit. That's all I've ever done. But I've seen people do some crazy ass shit. Like,
sergers are where it's where
is that what it's called? Is
a
a serger or something?
or like a lot of like high end seamstresses use like the juki. That one is insane.
That's what my grandma used to have downstairs in the basement.
Yeah,
and shit.
usually.
That's badass.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy how many like Laotian grandmas just are like just sewing masters.
Yeah,
Because that was my grandma
they
too.
were back then. That was their job. They were going crazy. I don't know who they were doing it for, but
sure
they all had the same machine in the
Uh-huh.
basement downstairs. I
Yeah.
remember this Juki one. It's probably a serger, some crazy. It looked fucking crazy. It doesn't look like any of these compact ones that we have today. It was
Yeah.
like a whole ass
with the table attached.
with the table
Oh,
and everything.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Those are the
Dude.
best ones still to this day. Like they can take any my like co-designer Gray, he has an old school sewing machine, and it's the only machine that we've had in the house that can like sew through leather, sew through like
Ooh.
carpenter denim.
I bet those machines cost a lot now.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure.
do.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna have to go look that up after this.
You're
I'm gonna go find one.
like,
gotta
I'm
go
gonna start
get one,
reselling
yeah.
sewing machines. Fuck it.
Well, Boo Boo's always trying to sell something.
You know me. That's what I do.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's a good
Get
thing.
your
It's a
vapes
great
now.
quality.
Priority vapes.
All day. Let them know.
PriorityVapes.com.
It's prioritysource.com, priorityvape.com. Let them know. Come through. Let us know.
It's too crazy.
Well, I have a couple more questions here for you. We've talked a lot about like business and creativity, right? But what do you like to do outside of all this just to like stay grounded, just chill out, kick it?
Podcasts. I love listening
Yeah.
to podcasts.
Nice.
And I don't know, like I said, collage art. I just fuck around and do it. It's like kind of scrapbooking at this point. But I do it on my phone. I do it with
Scrapbooking is
magazine.
crazy too, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's creative. People go crazy.
It's a great way to like, I don't know, I host all these events and I do all this cool shit, and so to like put it in paper is like my little yearbook almost.
That's dope.
And
But
then
like crazy.
I like singing a lot. I love music.
Go crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. You never been in the booth before and never recorded a song?
Nope.
No?
Right over there.
Like, hint, I have not. Shit.
Roy says it's cap.
Yeah, I mean, I've recorded some shit here and there, but I don't know that it's necessarily anything I'll ever release. It's kind of just for me. I like hanging out with Sab Joe a lot. He's my best friend, and he's like intern at High Minded Studios right now. So we just be checking out
sick.
sometimes.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's more
That's
so
dope.
like indie bedroom pop, singy type shit.
Yeah. So you're a vintage collector, reseller, upcycler, event coordinator, stylist, model. You say
I mean,
model of some sort?
sometimes
Yeah.
not really. I honestly hate being on camera. I was probably the most nervous about this podcast because I hate being on camera. That's
how it
kind
is
of.
for everyone.
I think
Yeah.
that's where the like whole like having a group instead of just me came from, because I was so sick of taking all my Depop photos by myself. I was like 18. I was like, all right. You were like on the internet, like you were just there, and
Yo, Depop is crazy too. Like you can make a lot of money off Depop.
Yeah,
If you got
yeah.
some cool ass shit. I know a lot of people
even like
do that.
honestly, you don't even have to have cool shit. Like
You just have
if
whatever.
you just if
Yeah.
you have your own personal style and you show it off in a way that people can like fuck with it and visualize how they would style it, I think honestly anything would sell.
It's true because Depop is not like you just snap a picture of like your shirt on a backdrop or like a hanger or something. Like there, you literally have to like you. I see people.
I mean,
on
you
Depop, like,
could. I feel
styling
like-
shit, going crazy. Yeah.
I feel like that's if you're a popular like seller on Depop, not even reseller, just seller, because they do have like different. They have different categories. They have like upcycled fashion, handmade, vintage, Y2K. There's a place for it all. Like I, as of lately, since I've been trying to work on my own website, I've just been doing the backdrop photos, which I refused to do beforehand because I like getting to style someone. I like showing it on someone, but it's been pretty successful that way.
I just remember one of the suggestions on Depop was like, don't take a picture on a backdrop. Like, wear your shit and like.
I still get put on the explore page,
which is really
with
cool.
a backdrop. So I feel like it's kind of changed over the years, but I've also been doing it since Depop started peaking. So.
Going crazy.
So what is like Depop exactly? Because I haven't had too much experience. I just kind of looked at your guys' stores, but it sounds like Pinterest, but
sort of
like cooler.
It's like honestly, it's a mixture of like Etsy and Grailed.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
What she
Yeah,
said
it's
is
like
like
more
Etsy
for the people
and Grailed.
versus Grailed, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
pretty
will
cool.
still get scammed on Depop sometimes, but not half as much as you would on Grailed. It's a lot
pretty
less
crazy.
like, I mean, people are selling designer stuff a lot, but it's more so, I think it really is more so marketed towards like those thrifty fits and upcycle
Like more
gear.
of the fashion conscious folks. Okay, that makes total sense.
It's pretty crazy.
Shit, I gotta get on there. I love
dope.
buying old shit.
Yeah, it's cool.
You can start
They
selling
have like
yourself there, too.
collectible toys and stuff
Maybe.
too. I found some
Oh,
crazy Camp
shit.
Flog Gnaw pieces there.
I should start a Depop shop.
It felt like
Damn.
That's where I
it
should.
felt like
No, for real.
Instagram shop before Instagram shop.
True.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I got you. I got you.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You'll see my pops on there soon.
My pops too.
No, that would be honestly a very smart move.
I'll sell them cheap, $5.
You have to up
Off
it by
the menu.
10%. So don't do 5.
Yeah.
Don't put it.
Yeah.
I'll let you manage it. My Depop.
You gotta sell them in bundles, dude. That's
It's
how you
gotta
make
be
your
like
money.
$7.78.
Ooh. Just wait. I don't want to let too much out right now.
You gotta sell everything in bundles.
I got you. I got
You
you.
gotta sell a whole series together.
Damn. I got all the Ninja Turtles.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like with the
Bless you.
toy collecting that we did, this guy got me on it. I was toy collecting hardcore for probably about 2 years. Spent way too much money, bro.
For real.
Yeah. Oh my God. And even a lot of the stuff is in this house somewhere.
I got pretty lucky with that. I like honestly didn't go too. I have more so like old school Mars Attack like action figures and stuff like that. But with the pop figures, I got kind of lucky. I bought like the BioShock Infinite ones.
Oh yeah.
And they were literally like $15 for me. And I went and
Going
Googled
crazy.
them the other day and they're like $200 a piece. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I was going through my pops and I was like, man, some of these are over $200, $100, and I'm like, what is this?
Too bad
What
I'll
is it?
never let 'em
Yeah.
go.
It is
Yeah, too
crazy.
bad. I can't. I'm a mystery box guy, so like when it came to
that's
collecting
fun.
stuff, it was more like I felt good opening something.
Yeah.
That, you know.
We used to play a game with it. It's just like, of course, you're blind boxes, so you don't know what you're getting. But we got pretty good at like getting the whole
Eyeing
collection.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I see the shape of
Yeah.
this one.
It's like the
Yeah.
weight. I was
Yeah.
the chase one looks bigger. I think it was like way more heavier. So they had me in gray rolls for like 2 hours, and I was just like sitting like this
Yeah.
on every box. And then it came to the point where I was just buying the whole box because I figured it'd be cheaper just to buy the whole box.
Yeah.
Yeah, Graywells, if you're listening, you guys got to start selling those again, man. They stopped.
Kid Robot doesn't make them as much now.
Yeah, that's very
That's what it
true.
is.
Just the overall toy collecting has gone not downhill, but people just don't carry them like they used to, and they also
Yeah.
don't have the same value.
Target and Walmart's where it's at right now for like Star Wars collectibles and like old, because they're
That's
starting to bring
true.
stuff back right now.
They
And
got
that's-
that back wall.
Yeah, the power of the internet's crazy. Like learning all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I would never know what to buy to go collect, right? And then these guys are like, if you're at Target, buy this, and it's like $20, and you can sell it for $200 on eBay.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I remember Graywell was selling GameCubes for like $20.
yeah.
Drill
I'm mad I didn't buy one.
Yeah, I'm
I
tripping.
want
I'm
a
mad I didn't
GameCube.
buy one either, bro. I'm
Yeah.
tripping.
I still played a 64, but I wish I had a GameCube.
I sold my N64 and my GameCube that I found at Savers to my best
Fuck.
friend for like $50, maybe $100 when I
Still
was in
got
a rough
it? They
spot.
still got it?
They still have it.
I'll
yeah,
buy it
out in
right
St.
now.
George.
I think my dad
He
gave
plays
me
it so
gave you
often.
my
Roy's a
GameCube.
real one.
Did he?
Yeah,
Was it purple?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's where my GameCube.
like, yeah.
I remember I was at home. He's like, I gave Boo Boo your GameCube. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, that sucks because
We had a black one, and then I magically got a purple
that
one. I don't
purple
know.
one
Now I
had
know.
that purple
Now
one
I know
had
where it
$200 in it because remember that it had the little
Like on the bottom?
the compartment. It had
Yeah.
$200 in. That was I was
Yeah,
saving
on the
that shit
bottom.
up, but he took it over there.
I used to put prescription pills in there. It's fucking my weed and shit in there.
That's a magical
crazy.
storage unit, bro.
It is. It can hold everything. That's where I
Somebody
used to
else
hide
finds
everything.
like there's pills, $200 in here, some weed. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm more mad at Nintendo as a corporation.
But I
'Cause
have
they-
to go to the restroom, guys.
Oh, you're fine.
We are like about to be done
Okay, cool.
anyways.
Yeah.
We just have one more question for
Bet.
you. Are there any upcoming events that you or your team are doing that you just want to like put on for the viewers real quick?
I mean, we've already talked about Hard as Nails, but the next thing I'm most excited for is my man show, Local
going
Disorder.
crazy.
November 30th.
Yes,
We
that'll be
in
November
there. We in there
30th.
like
Yeah.
swimwear for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
we got Club Mungo and Ferrari Smoke. Who else? I don't know. Those are my
He's
favorite
like-
on the list.
Yeah, numero uno.
Yeah,
Adam-
numero uno's in there.
Adam on
that one, or is he
on the
Banks
one
is
later?
there. Banks is
Yeah,
on that
Adam
one.
Banks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Club Mungo, Dimitri's actually, he's been my photographer, or they've been my photographer for like 3 years for Retrospect. So it's been
Dope.
cool to like see them finally release their music. They've
Mm-hmm.
been plotting for a long time.
For sure.
Damn.
Well, that brings us to the end then.
Wait, we forgot one thing.
No, he's going to bring it up. Oh,
Yeah,
You
that
know
brings
now?
us. Yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay,
that brings
yeah.
us to the end.
My bad, folks.
I got one last question. Actually, we do this segment on the show called the Chef Special, and this is where we just kind of let our guests give free game, free advice, free anything for the viewers. If you have anything you want to say, you can even say food. you ain't have to be. There ain't have to be no game, no advice.
I would love to give not even advice. Yeah, I guess it's just like support others, show support to others, they'll show support to you. I
All
feel like
day.
a lot of us get into like one track mind. We have a vision. We want to get done what we want to get done, and we forget to involve our community and support our community.
sure.
And that's in the end how we're all gonna come up.
yeah. You can't build yourself without a community.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys are out there supporting whoever, being in at whatever pop up, because that makes every much difference.
Go outside.
Be outside.
Be outside.
Yeah.
Get some sun.
But thank you for being here at SLC
for
Retrospect.
having
Make
me.
sure you guys are hard as nails, right? November 25th. And we'll post a flyer right here. You got a flyer.
Going
I'll get
crazy.
I need a digital flyer of that, and I'll put it right here, right now.
Put it right
Yeah.
here.
It's
in the middle.
Of the video,
It's
guys.
No, it's in the
right here.
It's in here.
But description for everything will be down below as well. But once
Yes.
again, thank you for being here.
Thank you so
Episode
much.
41
so much.
Off the Menu Podcast. Peace
Thank
out,
you
y'all.
so much.
Episode 41 off the menu going crazy for y'all. Thank you so much.
Take a shot.
Now we can all go pee.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Shout out to y'all one time going crazy.